Long ago, in the lush valleys of ancient India, nestled between the sacred rivers and towering forests, there lived a humble potter named Anand. He was known for his finely crafted clay pots, admired by all in his village. Yet Anand, despite his success, felt a deep emptiness in his heart. Each morning, he rose before the sun, toiled at his wheel, shaped the wet clay with skill. But as the day faded into night, a quiet sadness would return. He had gold hidden in his home, food on his table, admirers of his craft, but peace? Peace was absent. Anand often wondered, is this all there is? Why do I feel so hollow when I have everything I ever wanted? One day, word spread through the village that Gautama Buddha was passing nearby, resting in the forest with his disciples. Anand had heard tales of the Buddha's wisdom, the enlightened one who renounced a kingdom to seek truth. Compelled by something he couldn't explain, Anand abandoned his work and set off toward the forest. When he arrived, the sun was setting in hues of orange and gold. He saw the Buddha sitting quietly beneath a Bodhi tree, his eyes half closed, his presence still and luminous. People sat around him, listening in silence. Anand felt something shift within him. He waited patiently, and when the crowd thinned, he stepped forward. "Blessed One," Anand said, bowing deeply, "I have all the things the world tells me should make me happy, yet I feel restless, lost. I came to ask you, what is the secret to true happiness?" The Buddha opened his eyes and looked at Anand with deep compassion. He didn't answer immediately. Instead, he picked up his begging bowl, held it gently in his hands, and said, "Come, let us walk together." Confused but obedient, Anand followed the Buddha through the forest. They walked in silence for miles until they reached a small stream. The Buddha knelt and filled his bowl with water. He turned to Anand and asked, "What do you see?" Anand looked into the bowl. "Water, my lord," he replied. The Buddha gently stirred the water with a twig, causing ripples to form. Then he asked, "And now?" Anand looked again. "It's cloudy. I can't see anything clearly." The Buddha set the bowl down and waited. The ripples slowly faded. The water became still again. He asked, "And now?" "Now it's clear again," Anand said. The Buddha nodded. The mind is like this bowl of water. When stirred by desire, fear, or anger, it becomes cloudy. In such a state, one cannot see the truth, nor can one feel peace. Anand listened, his heart beginning to open. The Buddha continued, "You say you have all the things that should make you happy. Yet your heart is unsettled. Why? Because happiness that depends on possessions, praise, or success is like riding on water. It disappears the moment life changes. True happiness does not come from having, it comes from being." "Being what, my lord?" Anand asked softly. The Buddha smiled. "Being present, being free, being content with what is." They sat beneath a tree, the forest around them humming with quiet life. The Buddha then told a story. There once was a man who lived in a palace. He wore the finest silk, ate from golden plates, and had servants to meet his every need. Yet he was tormented by worry. He feared losing his wealth, feared growing old, feared being forgotten. So he built higher walls, bought more treasures, and sought endless praise. But still, he couldn't sleep at night. One day he visited a monk who lived in a small hut. The monk greeted him with a smile, offered him tea, and listened kindly. The man said, "I have everything. Why am I not happy?" The monk replied, "Because your hands are always full. Happiness cannot enter a closed fist." The man didn't understand. The monk handed him a small empty bowl and said, "When you are full of desires, you are like a bowl already filled with sand. Nothing fresh can be poured into it. But if you empty yourself, let go of what you cling to, you create space for joy." The Buddha looked into Anand's eyes. Happiness is not found by adding more to your life, but by subtracting the noise, the craving, the illusion. When you stop chasing and start living, peace will come. When you serve others with love, without expectation, joy will come. Anand bowed his head. He felt tears welling up, not of sadness, but of understanding. He had spent his life shaping clay, but never shaped his own mind. He had crafted pots, but never crafted.
He had crafted pots, but never crafted peace. He stayed with the Buddha and his disciples for several days, learning, reflecting, sitting in silence. And when it was time to return, the Buddha gave him a gift, an empty clay bowl. This, the Buddha said, is the reminder. Keep it empty. Let it fill only with what brings clarity, truth, and compassion. Years passed. Anand became a different man. He still made pottery, but now he lived simply. He taught young villagers not just the art of clay, but the art of stillness. He listened more than he spoke, gave more than he took, and the empty bowl, he kept it on a small altar in his home. When people asked him why he looked so peaceful, why his eyes sparkled with calm, Anand would smile and say, "Because I finally learned the secret of true happiness. It's not about having more, but needing less. Not about controlling life, but flowing with it. And most of all, not about the self, but about being present for others with love." Dear listener, the story of Anand reminds us that happiness is not a destination. It is a state of mind. In a world that constantly urges us to chase more, may we pause and reflect, can we be happy with less? Can we find joy in stillness? Can we learn to live with an empty bowl, open, present, and at peace? The secret to true happiness lies in letting go. Would you like a way